Hey guys, welcome to my food channel. This is Kayla Cooks, and I encourage you guys to also follow me on Instagram. Pause the video as you need to see the ingredients. So I'm just following a basic cake box recipe. So this is a chocolate cake box recipe with the oil, the water, and 6 eggs. Those days are gone. For all you chocolate lovers out there, I really love chocolate. I added a little bit more than I actually had planned to. However, I love the flavor of chocolate in chocolate cake. It just doesn't taste chocolatey enough with boxed cakes, so I had to add a little bit of extra chocolate cocoa powder to the cake box. And I mean, you have to add your own uniqueness to everything you make that's not from scratch. All in all, it's about 3 tablespoons of cocoa powder. Yep, it's a lot, but it's also 2 boxes of cake. Left-handers unite! So yeah, you can see I'm just working everything through, trying to work out all the lumps. Showing you the Trader Joe's cocoa powder that I use. I love Trader Joe's, everything that they make, so shout out to them for being awesome. And also I had to add a little bit extra. It's only about a teaspoon of cocoa powder just to get that chocolatey flavor, but it was all that I needed. It was just enough. It's always a good idea to use a spatula to scrape your edges because there always could be hidden lumps, and there's always a good idea to avoid that. So here I use a large 13 by 9 pan that I pre-greased with some cooking spray, and then I used some regular wax paper, and then I greased that again so that it's going to be super easy when it comes to taking it out the pan. You know what I'm thinking, see it in your eyes. You hate that you want me, hate it when you cry. You're scared to be lonely, especially in the night. Clearly, I like listening to music while I cook. It's therapy for me. Cooking plus music together is literally all the mental health that I need for now. So yeah, this is also the yellow cake box recipe that I followed. And I didn't add anything extra to this because literally yellow cake is so easy and so delicious. Eggs because I only used 1 box for the yellow cake. I was planning to make a larger quantity for the chocolate cake because I knew the kind of crowd that I had, they wanted more chocolate cake. Just adding 1 cup of water. And a 1/2 cup plus a teaspoon of vegetable oil. This helps when it comes to mixing the cake to keep a better consistency because we are making cake pops and we need them to have a slightly fudgier consistency than regular cake. Definitely don't need to overmix anything. As you can see, it's a short mixing that I'm doing, and also I'm going to be scraping the edges with a spatula, and that's it. Just getting out the lumps, don't need to add any additional mixing. I'd say 30 to 40 strokes is all you need. If I was only making this for myself, I would be licking this bowl clean. First of all, the smell of yellow cake while you're making it, it just brings back all your childhood memories. It's so darn delicious. Unfortunately, I couldn't lick anything because I was making this for my coworkers, but man, it smells so good. The batter, just delicious. Not as quick as you can play away. It don't matter what I say if you want me to chain you to the sky. So you can see I am scraping the bowl with a spatula, getting out all the lumps. This is an important step. And again, I have pre-greased, pre-oiled my pan with some wax paper and then oiled it again, so I have an easy separation from the pan when the cake is all cooked. Have you guys heard this new song by Mary? Like, first of all, Mary has been making music since I was 5, which is like more than 2 decades. And this is a jam. Like, y'all need to hear this new Mary song because it is good, y'all. Mary J. Blige for people who don't know. So now everything's gone into the oven. I'm getting my workstation ready with my sprinkles and my chocolate chips, my mini chocolate chips. So guys, here's another thing that literally just comes from baking experience. I did not pay attention to cooking times at all. It says about 35 minutes, yes. So 35 minutes per box, but I have a fairly small oven and I also used 3 cake boxes. So I wasn't exactly able to measure it. I just had to do about 30 minutes per cake and just keep inserting a fork till it comes out clean, because you really have to be a good judge of doneness. I couldn't actually give you the exact time that I used, but the best advice is just to follow the box. Here you can see that I had a very easy separation from the pan. All I did is dump out the cake and then just peel off the wax paper. It makes everything so much easier, no tapping, nothing. Next, you can see that I have added the frosting. This is about 2 tablespoons for every box of cake. So remember, this is 2 cake boxes combined of chocolate cake, so this is about 4 tablespoons. Actually, it's about 5 tablespoons of cake. Make sure your hands are super clean. I do not play games when it comes to making food for other people, but I do like to use my hands. So making sure I'm doing the ABCDs, you know, for washing my hands, a full 30 seconds with warm soap and water, and mixing with my hands. And it's also, you know, that's what people do who can cook well. I've rolled everything into balls. You've got to add that frosting for the moisture and the consistency. I melted my white chocolate, and this is an important step. You dip the straws, the cake pop sticks, into the cake balls. This will, you refrigerate them, and this will help them to stay to the cake pop sticks so that they don't come off. As you can see, this is also the yellow cake, where the wax paper is essential for easy separation from the pan and the cake. And again, I'm using about 2 tablespoons, 2 full tablespoons of frosting. Gotta mix with my hands. It's the only way that you'll really know the consistency that you're looking for, and it's very hard to judge consistency when it comes to cake pops. There's a lot of factors like the air, the moisture content, the heat of the environment that you're in. You have to do this with your hands to mix your cake pops so that you'll have a good consistency that sticks together. This was just my trial and error. I wasn't exactly sure at this point how big my cake pops were going to be, so I did use my ice cream scoop, but as you can see, it was a little bit too big, so I had to make it a little bit smaller. And I actually also needed to use more frosting because it was a little bit too crumbly. So in total, I used about 5 tablespoons of frosting, and I remixed everything. And you'll see in the later half of this video that the consistency is a little bit more fudgy, which made it much easier to roll into balls. Another key thing when you're rolling the balls is to smush that cake together. Smush it. It's going to be delicious no matter what because it's yellow cake. But by smushing it, you'll have a smoother consistency of the cake ball, and it's just much more easier to manipulate. Do not be scared to smush that cake together. I'm pushing really hard as I'm rolling, as you can see. I do need to add that you still have to be careful with how much frosting you add. I've done cake pops enough times to know that it's gonna get a little bit like too mushy if you add too much frosting. So you have to be careful. You have to add the frosting bit by bit, and that's another reason why you have to do it with your hand so that you can feel what the consistency is gonna be like, how crumbly it's gonna be, if it's coming together with that consistency that you're looking for. And we're going for about 30 cake pops per pan. I think it's about 6 rows of 5. And one thing to know is that not every cake pop is going to come out perfect. So I'm making 30 cake balls. It doesn't mean I'm going to have 30 cake balls. I'm planning for 24 in the end of the day because I have about that many sticks for my setup. But please do not feel discouraged. Not every cake pop is going to be perfect. Even if you've been making cake pops for years, it doesn't matter. Just face the facts. Don't mind that Ciroc in the back. So this is the contraption or the cake pop stand that I've made. One thing that is my new secret, well, it's obviously not a secret anymore because it's on YouTube, is that I don't use cake pop sticks. I don't use the traditional sticks, the wooden sticks. I'm using those straws, those little fun straws. And this is probably the most genius cake pop stick in the world, but, it's obviously not my unique discovery. You guys are now hip to the game. So I have to make my own cake pop stand because the generic cake pop stands only hold those skinnier wooden sticks. So you kind of have to just make your own. I used styrofoam that I bought at the dollar store, and I put it together. It's not the easiest thing to do. You have to be a little bit crafty, but that's what, if you're gonna make cake pops, you gotta be crafty. So it's all comes with the territory. It's super super fun. It's arts and crafts. So you make your styrofoam, you put it together, and once you secure it, you can wrap some tissue paper around it to make it look pretty and presentable for guests. So I'm repeating the process that I used with the chocolate cake balls. They haven't become cake pops yet. I refrigerated the chocolate cake balls just like I refrigerated the yellow cake balls, and these are nice and cold. It's always a possibility that they may crack, which is why I said just be prepared for extra cake pops to not make the cut. And once you refrigerate them, you have your melted white chocolate. You dip them into the cake balls with the cake sticks, because this is going to help the cake stick to securely attach to the cake balls. When you're dipping them in the white chocolate, they will fall off if you do not do this step. This step is essential. You have to re-refrigerate this after you're done sticking the cake sticks in the cake balls so that they'll be nice and hard and securely fastened to your cake stick. And even then, you actually do have to be very delicate with these babies. They are little babies. They're super cute. They're super delicious little babies. And in addition to that, you also have to work quickly. So that's another reason why you prepare to lose a few cake balls. If you haven't done this in the past, prepare to lose some. You are dealing with white chocolate, and you have to make sure your white chocolate is adequately tempered. I haven't really discussed me melting the white chocolate, but that's an individual process that you have to do in increments. You have to time your microwave in 15-second intervals so that you get the perfect consistency with your white chocolate. These Ghirardelli chocolate wafers for candy coating is literally perfect. So here we go. I am showing you my cake ball that I made a mistake with. I have to be honest with you guys, this is about a 6-hour process. I was actually exhausted, And it's so sad. You're gonna see right about, I'm gonna show you, right there, there's that crack. It's a sad little crack, and that cake ball fell right off the cake stick. Even though I refrigerated it, I told you guys I was gonna lose some. I unfortunately don't have that much footage of the actual cake pops in action, but you know, it's just something that I had to accept, that I was gonna lose some, and that's okay. Overall, I'm actually really, really happy with the outcome. I made about 75 cake pops, chocolate cake pops, double chocolate, white chocolate cake pops with yellow cake on the inside, white chocolate cake pops with chocolate cake on the inside. I'm super, super happy with how everything came out. I really hope you like this video. You're about to see the outcome, and that I wrapped everything in cellophane wraps and me with in my cake pops with all the sprinkles. This is such a fun thing for me, even though it's very, very, very tedious. It's not for everybody, but if you like it, go ahead and try it. Try your own cake pop video and tutorial and let me know how it comes out. I can't wait to see how it goes for you guys. Thanks so much for watching. It was honestly such a fun project. Here's the finished product. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Bye, guys.
Oh my gosh.
Make sure that I talk to, let me do a proper tour.
People were going crazy for cake pops. I've never seen anything like it.